Good morning, guys. I was trying to make sure that I was actually on live. How you guys doing? Good morning, Eugenia. How you doing? Listen, I'm going to be on here very, very briefly, but I want to talk to you about something that we all experience and we all go through, and I think that is very relevant to kind of revisit this. And I remember the first time that I actually experienced being frustrated and fed up. It actually didn't happen in the way that anybody normally would do it. I actually was trying to fix something. I'm a tinker. I like to tinker with things. And I know that you need people for everything, but I actually have to be that type of, I'm that toolbox girl. I have like a whole toolbox full of tools. And so I'm always trying to fix stuff. Now I do know my limits. So I don't mess with anything that's electrical. You're not going to see me trying to put sockets in. Now I'll change the plates, but I'm not going to do anything like that. But technically, um, apparently my window power motor went out on me. I don't know what caused it, but this is an old 95 Mazda 626 that I had. Make sure that you tag somebody in this post or share this post, guys. This is going to be really good, so stay with me. And I decided that I didn't want to pay anybody to fix my window. I'm like, I'm smart, I'm capable, I'm a woman, I can do this, right? I have a toolbox, I can do this. So I go to YouTube University and I look up how to repair a window motor in your Mazda 62695. So I go to this place here in North Carolina. It's called Pull Apart. It's a junkyard where you take your tools, you pay them to go out on their lot, you find a car like yours, and you take off that car the part that you need to replace in your car. I did it. I was a little frustrated, broke a few nails, but I was okay with that loss because I was getting ready to do something amazing. So I got the motor off that car. So that just really pumped me to like the highest level of I can do this, right? So I was very confident. So I get back to taking off the door panel to take off the old motor. And I'm telling you guys, I was doing everything just like the video said to do. I mean, I even read articles and I got so frustrated. I got so fed up with trying to get the door panel off that I end up breaking one of the tabs that go in that secures it. It kind of pops in. I broke one of those tabs. I was like, okay, well, I can suffer that loss, not realizing that that particular tab that I broke off was essential to me putting the window in and keeping it snug and tight so that the window will roll up and go right into the groove. Of course, I got it on. It took me all day long, and I ended up with a window that when I would roll it up, the motor worked, and I got it to roll up, but it was off track. It was wobbly, and I would have to kind of hold it to guide it in. So I said all that to say this. Being frustrated and fed up can really be a terrible place to be, especially in this day and time. Because typically when you get frustrated and fed up, you're in a space where you really need some stuff to change. You're in a place where things really need to happen. Something got to pop up. You got to figure things out. Things got to be totally different. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to share this post. Hey, Mark. Hey, Anthony and Cynthia. Frustration is a feeling of being upset or annoyed, especially because of the inability to change or achieve something. I think that where it goes without saying that right now, what we're going through from COVID to the protest of the George Floyd, I think his funeral is today, or something that they're having something for him today. We are completely fed up, not just as Black people, but just all of us together. We just fed up. Everybody's frustrated. Everybody's irritated because we can't figure out how to get this change to happen. I am a 60s baby. I was born in 1968 at the height of the civil rights movement. So civil rights runs through my blood. I understand that without any hesitation. But you can get very frustrated when you've lived as long as I've lived, and you've been somebody who've always tried to be a part of a change. And you see that no matter how hard you hit that rock, no matter how hard you keep trying to make things different, it doesn't get different. You get tired and you get tired, and discouragement will really set in. You really, really will. You'll lose focus. And then once you lose focus, here's the kicker about frustration. It'll make you tired. And I'm talking about mentally tired, because I can honestly tell you that I have tried to do things and I have physically given up with my body. But when that soul and when your mind, will, and emotions are still locked in, that'll help you go a little bit further. But when I say tired, I mean mentally. That means your mind, will, and emotions, your soul is just like, I'm done. Y'all ever been to that point? If you ever been to that point where you say, I'm done, I mean, I'm done. Like I'm done like a burnt piece of chicken. Say me. Put it in the comments, because I know that I'm not the only person. But when you get to that place that you're done, whether it's about our rights, our civil rights, or whether it's about relationships, whether it's your children, whether it's your job, no matter what it is, when you get to that place where you are mentally tired, discouragement will creep right on in. You'll start seeing discouragement. This is what I see right now going on, because I see a lot of people who decide, I don't, now listen, nobody is agreeing with the violence of the protest. I am a small business owner. I'm a Black owned business, but more than that, I am a woman who has her business, and I built my business off of my years of sweat and tears. It would not make me feel good to know somebody is going into my business, breaking windows, stealing my hard-earned stuff, because they mad. Listen, I get the frustration. I understand it. I understand you feel very discouraged, because this is not a lightweight situation. And to be honest with you, for you kids that are under 30, this is new to you guys. We've been seeing this for years. We've been working and pushing to have equality across the workplace, not just for Black lives, but for everybody. And I'm not talking about everybody to diminish, because I'm a Black woman, but as a Black woman, we get overlooked all the time. As a woman, period, we are always starting from the back. Not to mention the fact that I might have been melanated, a melanated sister. So I understand the frustration, but we cannot continue to tear people's property down, because guess what that does? When you come to my business, if somebody comes to my business and they spray paint it or they do something derogatory to it, guess what that does? That puts me behind, and it makes me get frustrated, and I get stopped in my progress that I'm trying to make in my own community. So I do understand it. And like I said, you can apply this to relationships, to your children. You can apply this to a whole lot of stuff. But to be honest, you have to, this situation that we're dealing with will push you into madness, insanity, and cause you to be doing it. It causes you to become foolish. You start making the state of being mentally ill, especially when you're angry and you got those strong feelings of annoyance, you're displeased, you get so upset that you don't know what to do with this anger. So this is where we come in. This is where we come in to save the day. Not to be no superhero, but to try to redirect those energies that we have of frustration into a positive way. Listen, nobody can tell me that they understand frustration as much as I have. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been married twice, got 5 kids, all my children are grown. I've been a business owner in a small town. When I tell you my hometown has less than 17,000 people in it, and out of that 17,000 people, the African American population represents less than 5,000 people. So without saying, we are completely in the minority in my area, but we always have to be, I don't have time in my area. I don't have time in life to allow frustration to get me so discouraged that I lose my focus, get me so frustrated that I can't be effective. The only way, guys, that change is gonna come when you get frustrated. Like I said, I was able to get that window in, but my frustration caused me to break something that was very important. Guys, we're not trying to break nothing. And I'm not talking about property right now because that can be replaced. We're talking about our children. We're talking about our grandkids. We're talking about people. We don't want to be broken. We are already as broken as we need to be as a people and as a race. We are already as broken as we need to be. This is the time for us to make sure that we put ourselves in a place that we don't allow this frustration to make us ineffective, but we allow this frustration and this anger to be used as fuel. This is the prime time for us to take this next 6 months of June 2020 and turn it around to the best 6 months we've ever had in our lives. Now, it doesn't look good standing on this side, considering that from January 1 up until this month, this is the 6th month of the year. And for those of you that are in business, this is you in your second quarter. You're in your second quarter. We're going to go into our third quarter, and then we got a fourth quarter. This right here has been the most, I can tell you, I've never in my life even read of anything to this magnitude with so many things going on. So it's time for a change. It's time for a shift. Anytime you see so much going on like this, guys, it's time for a shift. It's time for us not to allow our frustrations to cause us to lose focus. It's time for us to come together. I sent out a clarion call, and I'm calling on all local Black businesses in Stanley County, Montgomery County, Cabarrus County, Mecklenburg County, Rowan County, wherever you are. And if you're online and you don't have anybody giving you a clarion call, feel free to join. We are going to do a live meet. We're going to meet this Saturday. This Saturday evening, we are going to meet on the Zoom. I have the Zoom link. If you want to be a part of it, inbox me. I'll send you the Zoom link. But it's time for us to bond together and figure out how we can make this thing work. We got to take our frustration and anger and allow it to help us and not put us in a helpless situation. Right now, a lot of us, I know that I have been feeling real helpless because I'm not in Minnesota. I'm not in any of the places where I can physically put my hand on people that are moving and making things happen. But what I learned, that anytime that you feel helpless, find a group or a team to be a part of. Find somebody who's doing something and be a part of it. Find a group that you see moving, go and be a part of that, because that makes you feel, that helps you to give your energy to something. Because if you don't give your energy to something, if you don't give your focus to something, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get mad. You're going to sit around and talk with everybody. Girl, yeah, you know, they do this and they do that and they do that. Listen, I'm good with us having a discussion. I think that's really nice. Discussion is, you need to discuss and talk to be able to pinpoint what the issues are. But I'm on the other side of it. I'm a woman of action. After we did all this talking, what are we going to do? This is where you eliminate the fear. A lot of times we become fearful, especially as business owners, to take stands and to talk about these type of things. You know why? Because we are afraid that if we stand up and say something, somebody might come to our business or people might think we're racist. I am far from that. Listen, I'm not even going to tell you about my family, but my family is thoroughly mixed with all races. And when I say all, I mean from German to Italian to Caucasian to Mexican. Let me tell you, thoroughly mixed. So I'm far from that. But I do understand that there's an agenda at hand that has to be handled. And as a business owner, taken from your community, you are obligated to be socially conscious and to give back into your community your understanding of what it means to work together. It transcends everything. Let me tell you something about love. You don't want nobody want to hear about love right now because we have not been loved. But guess what? Just because you have not been loved don't mean you're not supposed to extend it. And guess what? Love fights for what it wants. Love stands for what's truth. Love does not lay down and just let people do what it is they want to do. Love is a fighting word. As much as you might think that love means we're supposed to kumbaya, that's not what it means. Love means no, 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 no. I love this and I'm standing for it and I'm going to fight for it. So I think in order for us to get as business people, listen, to get out of that fearfulness, you have to not grow weary in well doing. Number one, you have to understand those that have backed down, people that have said, I'm not going to get in that mess. I'm not going to be a part of it. You got to understand something. Those people are tired. A lot of those people have been beat down. They have been tried. And the moment that they tried to stand up, somebody reprimanded them. You got to understand and not feel no kind of way when you see people not wanting to link up with you. That's fine. But if you don't have the conversations and if you don't stand for something, the people who think and misunderstand your actions as racism, if you don't explain to them what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing, then they don't have anything to work with. It is really important for us to keep the dialogue going. It's really important for us to represent and stand for something. I am not afraid to tell you that Black lives matter. It does not mean that all lives don't matter, because they most certainly do. They most certainly do, because for me to tell you that Black lives are the only lives that matter, that's a lie. I have a grandson and his father's Italian. I have two beautiful granddaughters and their mother is Mexican. That's a tale. I won't ever put that on my lips. But I understand that right now, the agenda that we need to attend to is this Black Lives Matter thing. We need to understand why some of our law enforcement, because not all of them are bad. I can honestly tell you that to my knowledge in Stanley County, we've not ever had that particular type of situation. Now, of course, you're going to always have some friction between the police and people who may not be doing what they need to be doing. They're doing less than legal actions. You're going to always have that friction. I don't care what you do, because right is right and wrong is wrong. But every single place that you go, you're not going to have those kind of issues. And you can't perpetuate that in your county if that's not where it exists. If it's not there, it's just not there. So don't try to bring into it. It's a way to do everything, guys. I think everybody has a right to stand up and say what they want to say. It's a way to do everything. And like I said, when it comes to me and what I represent, this is me as a person. I believe that all lives matters, but I understand that right now, Black lives matter. This is the agenda that we need to attend to. I'm not backing down. I'm 100% all the way in. And in order for me and for you not to get overwhelmed, we got to come together. We always talk about we need to come together. We need to come together. See, it's more than just words, it's actions. You have to decide now, once these protests die down, once everybody goes scurrying back into their own little holes and their little houses, what do you have in place that's going to take the next generation and help them understand this is what we need to do? What kind of talks are you going to have with your local authorities and say, listen, this is what we're concerned about. Even though that's not happening here, guess what? We've seen it happen everywhere. Let's put some preventive measures in place. They're already working on laws and things that will require our law enforcement to do things differently. I don't think we need any more laws to police us. We got plenty to police us, but now we need to set ourselves in a place where we make sure that the police are policed, that we need to make sure that the people who are the powers that be, that they are policed, because it has to be some reprimand and something has to happen when something like that happens, because it's inexcusable. The only reason that we even seen what we've seen is because we thank God for these cell phones. But guys, this has been happening. This is only new because now you get to see it. This is your modern day lynching that's happening right now. And nobody wants to say it, but the truth, it is what it is. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to offend nobody, but it is what it is. So now that we know, see, if you don't admit what it is, you never can fix the problem. So we don't have to we don't have to worry about overwhelming ourselves, because the devil is always going to try to make you think that things are more complicated and that it's just more, oh, it's more to it. No, it's not. No, no, it's not. We see what this is. This is definitely, and the sad thing, the most confusing thing to a lot of people is that some of these people who are perpetuating this are actually melanated people, police officers that are black, that are doing this to their own kind. So at this point, I think we need to draw the line. We need to say, okay, this is a problem. Now that we know that there's a problem, let's talk about it. Now that we're having a conversation, now what are we going to do? You're never going to get out of the place. And I'm going to shift this from our current world events to your personal. Until you recognize that there is a problem, you're not going to get from under the burden of frustration. Until you're willing to look at your spouse, your kids, your job, and say, look, this bothers me. I don't like this. This happens every time this happens. Until you can sit down and have that conversation, you're going to stay frustrated. You're going to find yourself so frustrated, you'll get mentally tired. When that discouragement starts setting in, understand this: the moment that you start getting discouraged, the moment that you start feeling helpless, the moment that fearfulness starts shutting you up, I ain't got nothing to do with that. As long as they stay off my property, don't worry about it. You need to worry about it, because guess what? It affects you whether you want to be a part of it or not. The moment that you do that is when you'll see there is no way for you to get around that. Listen, guys, thank you so much. I hope this has helped somebody. This is something I've been helping from doing for myself, because it's important for me, because when I get frustrated, I get very angry and I get extremely aggressive. So I always have to keep myself in check when it comes to being frustrated. But find you somebody to be a part of. Find a local group. Find somebody that you can connect with. Find somebody that's in the movement, that's trying to do something for change, so that everyone can benefit from it. So that all of us in all neighborhoods can benefit from this. Because guess what? When Black lives begin to take priority and have the same level of value and importance as every other race, guess what happens? We all benefit from that. So we have to take care of this thing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for jumping in. Make sure that you share this post. And listen, if you want to connect with me, you want to get on that Zoom this weekend, make sure you send me an inbox, because I'm inviting guys. I'm sending out emails. For those of you that are on the email list or want to be on the email list, shoot me your email or check your emails so that you can get the link to join us on Saturday night to see what we can put together to make some things happen. Told y'all guys, I'm all about action. I love talking. We already know what the issue is. We already know what the problem is. We don't live in a box. We know what the problem is. So now let's get the solution and make things happen so we can get it together. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. And I'll talk to you later about your salon business. Good morning, my sisters and brothers. I am super excited about the Power of Beauty Telesummit slash Hair Show 2020. We are getting ready. We're gearing up, guys. We didn't know if we were going to do it, but we decided we're just going to power through this thing, especially in light of Brunner Brothers not having their show this year on, well, actually, they're having a virtual show. But I wanted to jump in the group really quick and share with you guys to see if any of you guys want to go ahead and throw your hat in the ring to be on the panel and to be a part of the hair show. I can send the details to you. I am so ready for you guys to come on board. I tagged you in this because I wanted you to hear this. So listen to this. So the agenda, the Power Beauty is a telesummit that I started last year. And the purpose of the Power Beauty was to give professional beauty professionals, professionals in the beauty industry, an opportunity to voice their opinion and also to show off and to showcase their products, services, and what they have to the entire world. We had an amazing turnout last year. I think we reached over 20,000 people with our Power Beauty Telesummit. It was so super amazing. I was so excited about it. And then we followed up with the No Loss Hair Loss Summit, which is in September. So for those of you that may not be in the No Loss Hair Loss group and you might be interested in being a No Loss Hair Loss Telesummit that's going to be in September, make sure that you go ahead and reach out to me ASAP. So if you were tagged in this post, I need you to respond in this particular post. Yes, count me in, or no, I won't be able to attend, because if I don't get a response from you, you will be removed from this group. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of, my team is kind of condensed, so we have to manage these groups accordingly. And this particular group will be used exclusively for members who are a part of the Power of Beauty or have been a panelist on the Power of Beauty from 2019 and also on the panel for 2020. So make sure that you respond. If you do not want to be a part of the the Power of Beauty Telesummit slash hair show for this year, which is next month, that's fine. No, go to 1 Million Stylist Strong, join that group. You'll get the same information, but this particular group I need to use for people who are interested and for educators who will be participating in the Power of Beauty Telesummit, because it has a lot of content already in it and I need to get the content. So if you have been tagged in this post, make sure you say, hey, Misha, throw my hat in the ring. Or if you're interested in finding out more, say, hey, send me more information. And I most definitely would do that. We'll send you a packet so you can look over it. You can see what it's all about. But you guys who are a part of the Power Beauty Telesummit, you already know what's going down. It lasts for an entire week. This year is going to be super duper amazing, because not only will you get a chance to get online to discuss the topics that we're going to talk about. And guys, we got a lot to talk about to everybody, but you also will have an opportunity to teach a class or showcase a particular skill or technique that you want to put out there. The whole purpose of the Power of Beauty is to bring us together, not just to commentate and to talk about what's going on and to kind of educate, but we want to take our education to a whole nother level. We want our viewers to come into this platform and know this is a resource that I can go to get what I need. So if you have a new product or service that you're trying to get out there and you need help, make sure that you inbox me immediately, because I have a training that's going on from June the 17th through July the 7th, and it's called a Super Salon Series. And the Super Salon Series focuses on 4 things: changing your mind so that your wealth can change, and to use social media to brand your business. Guys, it's more than just posting a picture. It's some things you got to do, and I made it really, really simple, because when I went through it and I started, it was kind of tough for me to get started, but I kind of worked all those kinks out. So it's right there for you, and it's going to be an amazing opportunity. So make sure that you let me know, Misha, I'm in. Send me more information, or I'm not interested, so we can make this decision as soon as possible. Guys, we're gonna do this by the end of this week. And if you do not respond, if you don't make a comment, you will be removed from the group. If you get removed from the group, I love you. It has nothing to do with you, but I need the space in this particular group, and I need the privacy in this group so that we can do what we need to do for this Telesummit hair show that we're getting ready to do If you get removed from this group, go to 1 Million Stylish Strong. You're going to get the same information. You won't miss out on a thing. I'm not cutting our relationship off because you're my friend. You are my friend. Because I remove you out of the group don't mean anything. You still my friend. You still my boo. I just need this for work, okay? So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being so amazing and so supportive on everything that we do. Stay safe, stay positive, stay focused. Don't get frustrated, guys. Get excited about what's going on, because guess what? Just as much as 2020 kicked in here and surprised all of us, we about to kick the next 6 months. We're gonna take control back, guys. It's time for us to take control back of our beauty industry, of what we're doing and everything that we represent. But it's only going to happen if we come together, get a strategy, and make this thing happen. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.